welcome to Changing Our Reality Awareness, Choice, Change. My name is Rick Freeman, and this podcast is about all the challenges that we all face. Now, I was talking the last episode about feeling sorry for myself and all the things that I was facing with my weight problems and my friend Ernie. And then it started to hit me. It hit me that I'm facing my problem. I got my aortic dissection and I've got so many health problems. My eye being poked out to a stick, Crohn's disease, my aortic dissection, all my aneurysms. I laugh at that when I have to think about what my friend Ernie or some of you are going through right now, because that seems like nothing. And today I wanted to really focus on what reality is. And this was in my first certification course. It was Roger Gabriel. He was my teacher. And in this course, meditating went from a half an hour twice a day to an hour long twice a day. In this course, we went out there and they were doing construction at the Chopra Center at the time at La Costa Resort. And they were putting in a fountain and they had the jackhammers going. And we had to go out and go over and meditate for an hour. And it was only like 8 of us in this whole group. And we thought it was crazy, but Roger, he just smiled. He said, "No, you can do it. There's no problem." And we did it. I mean, twice a day for the hour with the jackhammer. We could see out the window. We could see the feet of the people and the jackhammers going on. And we did it. And that taught me how we could find the stillness and all this chaos that's going on around us. That first starts by taking a deep breath and relaxing and calming yourself down. But what is reality a little further? In the second course, when I got recertified in perfect health, they added a little more Ayurvedic, quantum physics maybe into it. And let's go into this quantum world of how the world is created in Ayurvedic medicine. Let's say there is a universal energy, a pure being. And in that side, that pure being is where I woke up when I had my aortic dissection. It was beautiful. I was just so quiet, so no sound in my ears. I had no feeling in my body. I had no sense of direction, no sense of time or space. I just was so happy. I wanted to stay there forever. That's what we go into when we go into this meditation. But then this light came and someone might have opened up my eyelid or something, but I got a little taste of there's something else more out there. I don't know what you would call it, but I got more of an ego. I became aware of time and space, and I felt like I was there for a long, long time. And then as I was sitting there, all of a sudden my 5 senses kicked in, and that's what happens to everyone. You can go from this deep consciousness, the ego, into your 5 senses come in, and you become a thought. You can see. I woke up and I saw the nurse right in front of me adjusting my mask, and I grabbed for her chest. And I saw my parents. I can hear the noises. But what is reality? Reality is based on selection and interpretation. So at that time, I already had my reality built. No, if your reality is built on all your experiences that you've had in life, all your beliefs that you've had, everything that you read and you change your mind on, that's our reality at this time. So everyone has a different reality. No matter how hectic and chaotic our worlds get, we can always go back into that calmness of meditation. And sometimes, here's the thing, a lot of people, they say that I can't do that meditation stuff. I can't do it. I've heard that so many times. But the thing is, there is no meditating wrong. Okay. You're focusing on, just say, your breath. And you're breathing for a couple breaths, and your mind's going to wander to a thought. And when your mind wanders, you're going to sooner or later become aware that you're thinking of something. And then you're going to have a choice once you're aware of that. And you can choose to go back to thinking on your breath or your mantra, whatever your focal point is. You can make that choice, or it's okay. If you have to, you can just get up and walk away. The hard part is not judging yourself and saying, I can't do that meditation stuff. That's where the big change is, because we have the choice, then we can make better changes. We are nothing but energy and information. Now, we all know we have an EEG that collects our electrical waves in our brain, an EKG or an ECG that does our heartbeat. So that kind of lets us know we are energy. But it all comes down to the information that we're putting into it. I had my diarrhea got so bad. Even after my last surgery, this was 2013, they removed another foot of scar tissue. I didn't have any Crohn's disease, but it was scar tissue. And my diarrhea was so bad. And I asked the doctor, I had the point where I asked him, like, can I have an ostomy bag? And he said, no, you don't have any active Crohn's right now. And so I thought of, what do I do next? And my brother was actually the one. He said, you should watch this video, Super Juice Me, Jason Vale. And I watched it. It was someone with Crohn's disease, colitis, and other do real bad health problems. And they all started to juice. And some amazing things happened to them. And some of them couldn't do it. Some of them could. But I started to juice. And that's just, I put new information into the energy that makes up my body. So after, it was like the 5th or 6th day of juicing. And this is, you remember, for like 30 years before this, I've had terrible diarrhea, and it's just getting worse. After the 5th day, I had a solid bowel movement, a solid poop. I was amazed. It hurt. It hurt. But that was nothing but changing the information that went into the energy that makes up your body. And we can all do that in little ways. Even if now my friend Ernie, his cancer is growing in his right side of the brain, which is his movement side. So he's paralyzed on part of his body right now. But right now he can still get up and get in a wheelchair, and he needs to keep putting that information in his body as long as he can. And like, I keep losing my appetite, and I can't think of anything to eat. Trying to force myself to eat, but I have to become aware of that. Say, oh, Rick, it's 3:00. You haven't eaten anything today. Drink a Boost. I have some watermelon. I have all sorts of little things I can eat. But I have to become aware of that and make the choice. It's just like meditation, just like anything else that happens in our life. And by meditating once a day for over and over, even if it's just 15 minutes, you'll get in that habit of your mind wandering, making that choice, coming back to your focal point. Your mind's going to wander again. Well, no matter how long you're going to do it, your mind's going to wander. That doesn't mean you can't do meditation. So that's about all I really wanted to talk about in this episode. But if you wanted to do a little meditation with me, let's just sit quietly and realize, take a deep breath in and exhale. Inhale. You start to notice there's that space in between when you're inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale. There's that space. Now close your eyes and gently put your focus on your breath while you're breathing, and your mind's going to wander again. When your mind wanders, see if you can make the choice to go back to focusing on your breath. It's a little stillness, a little bit of quiet space. So just enjoy. Take this with you. Hope you learned at least one thing from this episode. Namaste. Have a nice day.